Good morning. My name is Susanna Gurr. I'm the Managing Director of the BC Centre for Employment Excellence. On behalf of my colleagues at the Centre, I would like to welcome you to today's webinar on customized employment. Today's format is a bit different from our normal one-hour webinars. We have 5 great presenters who are knowledgeable and passionate about customized employment, and we are fortunate to have them here to share their experience. We didn't want to pack everything within 1 hour, so we're going with a 2-hour format today and aiming to end at 1:30. Just before we start, for those of you who are not familiar with the Centre, it was created in 2012 with funding from the provincial and federal governments to act as a research and knowledge sharing organization for BC employment service providers, practitioners, and employers. The Centre's mandate is not only to do innovative research, but also to find ways to share that knowledge and best practices with BC practitioners and employers. We created this Lunch and Learn webinar series as a way to reach out and connect with practitioners across the province. Through this series, we have been highlighting new research by the Centre, but also, as we are doing today, tapping into the knowledge and expertise within the employment services community. You're invited to view the video recordings of previous webinars that we have posted on our website. We encourage you to ask questions to the presenters. To submit a question, use the Questions tab at the right of your screen at any time during the presentation. We will answer your questions in a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. We're also trying something new with the chat box. To help make this a bit more engaging for you, especially over 2 hours, we're encouraging you to submit comments throughout the session in the chat box. If the presenter talks about an effective strategy that you're doing, let us and others on the webinar know by sharing your thoughts in the chat box and sending your comment to all participants. Similarly, if you're doing something a bit different and it works, let us know too. We plan to release a transcript of comments in the chat to all participants. The topic of today's webinar is customized employment and its application in practice. Before we begin, please answer the poll on your screen so that we can have a better understanding of your knowledge of customized employment. The question is, have you ever provided customized employment services to an individual? We are reviewing the results of the poll in about 30 seconds. If you are attending in a group, indicate your most common response. The agenda for the next 2 hours is structured in 3 parts. I will start with a brief background about customized employment. Next, there will be an overview of customized employment along with a description of the process and best practices. This will be about 25 minutes. Then we will hear from 3 agencies that have established experience and success in delivering customized employment and get a taste of customized employment in action. They will each have 20 minutes. Then we will highlight some resources and training opportunities before responding to your questions. Again, due to time constraints, we will hold off answering questions until afterwards. At any time during the presentation, please use the questions feature on your dashboards to submit questions or comments you may have for the presenters to address during the discussion period. We're also recording this webinar and we will post a video on our website along with a link to the presentation slides with further opportunities for everyone to continue the conversation, the presenters and other practitioners. Okay. I'm just reviewing the results in the poll, and we have about a third of the attendees who are new to the customized employment approach, and 8% who've taken some training but have never delivered customized employment services. And we have about 1 in 2 who've actually applied some or all aspects of the customized employment. So a very nice mix of experience here on this audience. There are some specific objectives for each of the sessions that our presenters will be sharing, but the overall outcomes for this webinar include getting a better understanding and more knowledge about customized employment and related best practices, hearing from established practitioners about the application of customized employment approach and learn how it has created meaningful employment beyond the confines of traditional job development for their clients, and contributing to the dialogue among practitioners and other stakeholders on promoting the use of customized employment as an approach to support individuals with disabilities. I will now start the session with a brief background. The traditional job search approach that matches individuals to existing job openings does not usually result in jobs for people with higher or more complex support needs. It's no surprise to people on this webinar that working age adults with developmental disabilities experience one of the lowest rates of employment. 26% of working age people with developmental disabilities are employed, in comparison to a 53% rate for people with disabilities and 75% employment rate for people who do not have disabilities. The employment rates for people with disabilities have remained fairly consistent over the years. It is difficult for people with more significant or complex challenges to compete with other applicants for these jobs. So what strategies or methods can be used to improve the employment rate for individuals with disabilities? One approach is customized employment. Many of you are already implementing customized employment. A lot of customized employment is already happening across the province, especially with job developers. What's new about customized employment is that it is not a traditional labor market approach for individuals who need extra support. It is viewed as a creative and flexible way to provide employment services. Customized employment gets away from this comparison of job applicants. But did you know this? Customized employment is a research-based approach. The existing evidence shows positive employment outcomes for people with disabilities, including other important outcomes such as quality of life. Customized employment has also been used to realize self-employment goals for people with disabilities. One of the earlier impetus for establishing customized employment comes from the Office of Disability Employment Policy in the U.S. Starting in 2001, ODEP funded 6 different customized employment initiatives to document effective customized employment strategies for people with disabilities. Today, this office continues to promote strategies and research data from these initiatives. Closer to home, Community Living BC and the Ministry of Social Development and Social Innovation implemented the Customized Employment Demonstration Project from July 2008 to May 2012 to test a different approach to support individuals with developmental disabilities to achieve their employment goals. In this demonstration, 8 service providers, including CBI consultants who delivered our first customized employment webinar earlier this year, and the Vancouver Island Vocational Rehabilitation Services, one of our presenters today, provided customized employment services to individuals with developmental disabilities. As is expected from both of these demonstrations and other work, there were observed best practices, and some of these will be highlighted later in this webinar. In addition to the information presented in the webinar, we will get more clarity about customized employment. I want to share something that I observed for myself a few years ago. When I first heard about customized employment, I made a common mistake. I thought it was the same as supported employment. It's not. We will learn today from our presenters about some of the similarities, but also the key differences between these approaches. It's now my pleasure to introduce our presenters, and it's been a delight working with them on this webinar. Alejandra Dominguez is the Customized Employment and Job Development Manager at Vancouver Island Vocational Rehab Services. She has a master's degree in adult education from the University of British Columbia. For over a decade, Alejandra has coached individuals to success, including people with disabilities, international students, immigrants, and individuals living in conflict situations. We also have her colleague, Darcy Davison. Darcy is a manager of quality assurance for the EPBC contract at VIVRS. She has worked in human services, both coordinating programs and delivering services on the front lines for more than 10 years. Over the last 3 years, she has been working with VIVRS, assisting with the delivery of customized employment services. She has a master's degree in professional communications. Her thesis dealt with communications and delivery of social programs. Darcy's passion is building socially inclusive, healthy communities. Here in our Vancouver office, we have Cynthia Abbott from Back in Motion. She's been with Back in Motion for over 11 years, first as a vocational coach and most recently as Back in Motion's disability manager, where she leads BIM staff at partner locations and is the manager of their customized employment services. She has over 30 years' experience working directly with persons with disabilities, holding positions which include Assistant Director of a residential program for adults with autism, sign language interpreter for the Federal Public Service Commission, employment specialist, one-to-one worker, and monitor for the provincial review team and provincial monitoring group. She's joined by her colleague Renee Minot, who is the lead customized employment specialist at Back in Motion for the last 2 years. Renee has experience directly related to the employment field with a total combination of 14 years' experience working with specialized populations. She is a graduate of the Career Development Practitioner Program and has a diploma in life skills coaching and counseling and specialized training in customized employment. From the Open Door Group, we have Christine Buchanan. Christine has over 15 years' experience in the field of employment counseling, working with multiple barrier clients and persons with disabilities. She has worked at Open Door Group for over 12 years in a variety of positions, which included direct experience in vocational rehab, supporting persons with disabilities to succeed in finding and maintaining employment. Christine has also developed and provided training on working with persons with disabilities for over 10 years. I think you'll agree with me that we have an amazing collection of years of experience and expertise here. We'll now start with VIVRS with a description of customized employment and establish best practices. It's my pleasure to hand the mic over to Alejandra and Darcy in Nanaimo.